Oh, you are back. That's interesting, I guess. I assume the champion Alexander sent you once again. Of course he did. No one else is interested in the important work I do here. Now, what did he send you for today? He wants the information we have on him. How expectedly narcissistic of him. So Alexander wants you to know who he is, huh? Alright, well, I'll tell you then. Demon Lord Alexander was once known as Alexander, Prince of Light. He is the only known child of an Iblin incarnate, his father being Iblis of Light and his mother Serena Berman. Alexander served his father for most of his adult life before defecting and becoming a demon lord. After Alexander was trained to harness his powers, he waged war against his father for 20 years. Alexander ultimately lost this war, but in its final moments he managed to kill his father, a feat he loves to flaunt about like it means something. His father is still alive, and he is not, after all. Alexander was then banished to the deepest reaches of hell until he was released by the Dark Lord to lead his armies against Retribution and the Prime. Alexander, unlike his father, has not shown the ability to alter his physical body at will, although we have not ruled out the possibility that he can. Although he is not the tallest person in our leadership, he does understand the necessity and benefit from appearing to be the biggest. Alexander is able to summon a very thick, layered set of demon plate armor with various green runes that decorate it, which, although the aesthetics seem to be his, the armor's materials are known to be standard issue among the demon lords. Alexander also has very long, straight green hair and glowing orange eyes, a sign of his bondage to the Dark Lord. Alexander's body also may or may not be tattooed, as was noticed when we called Retribution to gather the Black King's blood. We cannot confirm nor deny this because we haven't seen them before or since, so we generally chalk it up to some latent ability to alter his physical body. Speaking of his powers and abilities, Alexander's magical power is only matched and surpassed by one being in the world, Retribution. Otherwise, he has a deep magical pool he can pull from. Although biologically he should be able to utilize light magic without fail, he has shown no inclination towards using his father's powers in battle. Instead, he opts to utilize the dark powers of demonic shadow magic, which he wields with some varying degrees of success. It's also worth noting that Alexander doesn't know how to fly, which is interesting because he absolutely has the power necessary to do so. There is a rumor going around that Alexander knows how to use blood magic, but he refuses to confirm or deny these allegations. Alexander is, well, to be candid for a moment, an overgrown child. He likes to pretend that he's all big and has everything figured out, but is frequently and easily annoyed by his enemies and underlings, especially when he feels they are disrespecting him. That being said, he is not afraid to assert his authority when he knows he is right, and he is not willing to throw his soldiers away with reckless abandon. He is at least making attempts to be more focused and strategic in his actions, especially after the devastating loss after the Prime invaded and laid waste to the quarter. Like I mentioned earlier, Alexander is the champion of the Dark Lord and has remained champion despite the efforts of Gideon the Destroyer. Although he has faced a string of defeats at the hands of the Prime and Retribution, he still remains in the good graces of the Dark Lord. Currently, with Gideon the Destroyer confirmed to be dead, no other Death Knight dares contend his claim to be leader of the Children of Shadow. He has been overseeing the recovery of Gideon's former apprentice Akadoth, but I can't tell you what his plans are with the new Death Knight. And that's everything you need to know about Demon Lord Alexander, champion of the Dark Lord. I'm sure you were just enthralled with his story, and he will love to hear you tell him about himself. In the meantime, feel free to return on Thursday, when there will be a discussion about the dreaded light magic. I'm sure there will be someone who would like to see you there. Hi, I'm Gabe, and it took me a lot longer than it should have to record this in-slate. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing so you don't miss the next one. If you want more content from me, consider following me on Twitter, where eventually I'll tweet some more. If you want to learn more about anything I'm talking about or catch some details I missed, consider buying my books. Links are in the description below. Also consider checking out the Tumblr where I post side stories and art about the books that I can't really put anywhere else. Again, thanks for watching and I hope you have a great day.